LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning with industry-leading on-track experience, superior engineering, and the World Championships to prove it. LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants, trusted by champions across the world. From engine oils, transmission fluid, and gear oils, LAT has your race car covered from bumper to bumper. Visit LATRacingOils.com to find a dealer near you.
Alrighty, good evening everybody, and welcome back to SimTraX Broadcasting. It's going to be loud here tonight, and the drivers are feeling rather proud as you see a couple of drivers already skidding out on the concrete here tonight at Bristol. This should be an excellent race here tonight. 200 laps of what we got lined up for you guys here tonight at the Honey Sweet Treats 200 laps, signifying the last two stages will be here for tonight at the 60 and the 120 mark. They're going to go ahead and have two sets of tires down there in the pits with a 70% fuel limit. Fortunately, they'll have one faster pair, and Dalton Kilroe will be our fantastic race control watching over this whole thing. I'll be lead producer here tonight. Stella joining alongside me tonight here on this very interesting night. 89 degrees about down there on the track. I'm a little concerned about what the drivers are thinking with such a short track. Close quarter racing, this is going to be tough.
It is going to be tough. We have so many drivers out on the field today and so little track.
Alrighty, guys out there in the chat, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I see at least 20 viewers locked and loaded, ready to see it here. Let me know if we have any volume issues. It does get a little bit tricky here at these short tracks. Everything gets so much louder, and they pump it up around the turns. It gets pretty wild out there. Now, one driver I've got my eye on here is Josh Billiter, who's out there in the Joker Creations machine. He has been having a pretty tough time here. Looks like it's going to be a top 15 is where he's kind of feeling pretty comfortable at starting, but how his finish is going to depend up, honestly, to the rest of the field. Stella, I've got to admit right now, when you get to Bristol, it's anybody's game out here. You could start from the back, you can be in the front, it really doesn't matter. And I enjoy short track racing like this because it offers that kind of racing line and the ability of another driver out there.
Yeah, it is volatile without a doubt. There's not a lot of that just line up single file and see who makes it to the end attrition. Here, you can still have the big one, but man, they do get, you gotta pay attention. You gotta be on the ball all the time, just like that.
Yep. Well, it definitely gives you an opportunity. I would say it's easier to avoid a wreck here than it is at a larger track. But there are so many more accidents that can happen on such a short honestly, such a short racing surface. There's plenty of lanes these guys can run. They can choose to run the top. They can run the bottom. I've even seen it go 3 wide here at Bristol, and I'm super excited. I don't know about you guys, but I was totally, completely not a fan of Bristol being in dirt. Concrete is how this place needs to be. I love seeing how these drivers are able to mix it up out there with one another. And Stella, we are in the trucks. It's going to be very tricky of the guys who think they're clear, and they are not. So spotters definitely have to be on their A game here.
Yeah, I would like to see a good use of the spotters. At 40 feet wide and with this track, I am amazed that they do get 3 wide. But like you say, yes, we have seen it. So they do put that track bite down on the lower half to kind of simulate a multi-lane track. Be sure to use it.
All right, talk a little bit about biting out there. Don't bite the mic. I need you to get a little bit closer there, Stella, as we take a look at Eddie Hagge now, as he is poking around the track. He's been one of the faster guys out here tonight. But during practice, Eddie Hagge was not the fastest one, and he did not put down the most amount of laps. The 93 Chevrolet of Scott Sanderson, who is not out there on the track during warm-up, I think he's had enough. He's going to take himself a little bit of a break and get ready for this long race ahead. I would say long race. Yes, we've got a ton of laps here, but we don't it won't be much time, as most of the times we've seen running are somewhere between the 15 and 16 second mark per lap. So every minute we're going to be about 3 to 4 laps down, and we are going to be blasting through this race. So I'm super excited to see this one get going here. Warm-up has just come into a completion, and the grid, these guys are getting loaded up there onto the track. So as we take a look here at Bristol, Stella, there is a ton there's a ton of different history out here at a track like Bristol. You know, before this track ended up having the safer barrier walls, before it got the concrete. I mean, this place was actually made out of, well, dirt and then pavement. And then it moved to the concrete. But a lot of drivers have found a lot of success coming here to Bristol. And the key is you make friend and foe out at a track like this. Some guys, you know, you have your best friend you work with, your draft buddy is now going to be trading paint with you here tonight.
Yeah, as you say, it does have a lot of history. I mean, a couple guys got together, wrote on the back of a couple bags in January of 1961 and said, hey, I think we ought to make it, and it should look like this. And it was open as of July of the same year. I don't know who they got for builders, but nice job. But like you say, they went from asphalt in 1992 to that concrete surface that you're looking at here, just because it was too hard to keep. The speed kept going up with the cars, and if, you know, the asphalt was just getting chewed up. This is the way to be, though. Concrete, half-mile track.
All right, let's go ahead and get to the grid as the drivers are rolling here. Brought to you by Joker Creations. Starting lineup: Josh Adams and Scott Sanderson will be starting 1 and 2. Curtis Yancey, Kevin Foster, Regan Fruget, Ethan Sikorsky. Moving on to David Lakey and Garrett Bobo for our front 4 rows. Logan Murray starts 9th with Brandon Jackson to the outside. Connor Gibson starts 11th next to Davis Carroll. Good to see Carroll returning back out here to the track. Let's see how he can do, as Benjamin Lacey and Bob Berry will be lined up right behind that row. Moving on, row number 8, I believe, where we find Josh Billiter, Nathan Santos, Michael Rakes, Jason Greenwell, Carter Phillips, Jackson Duke, Brett Guzik, and Eddie Hagge round out the top 22. More drivers, you say? Why not? Dylan McDonald will be sitting in 23rd next to Trey Ellis. It's going to move us on to Matt Crockett, Jason Allegrini, who had a horrible practice yesterday, but is looking to straighten that up here tonight. Bill Harkins, John Osborne, Chad Hartle, and Cordo McFarland will be starting in our top 30. Jonathan Platt with an extremely far back start, sitting 31st next to Terry Condis, Ricky Hart, Ty Carino, and Victor Weaver. Weaver deciding not to go ahead and have a fast qualifying time. He'll be starting in the back. Let's go ahead, get this under green. Away we go. Clear Low Communications, appreciate you joining alongside us here tonight with SimTraX Broadcasting. Drivers are already looping through turn number 3. Battle for the lead is going to go to Scott Sanderson as he holds that outside line. Quick little wiggle there as the 22 of Josh Adams in his Toyota takes a peek down toward the bottom, looking to see if he can get just a little more traction here, see if he can make a solid pass.
Yeah, well, these are the 2 guys I would venture to say watch them tonight, because Sanderson put in his time during practice, and I think it's going to show.
Yep, 100% as we take a look. Zooming out just a little bit, these are our top 5 cars. Right now they are separated by about 3/4 of a second here. Right now as they start squeezing in just a little bit, Kevin Foster now throwing his hat into the ring, but the caution's going to slow him down here as Josh Billiter, one of the drivers that we were hoping for a decent run here tonight, ends up as our first our first truck around. Sergio Steve out there saying this is going to be easy. Should be a piece of cake. We'll definitely see. I don't know about that. Josh Billiter getting the worst of it here. Let's take a look over top. See what causes this one. This is more of a chase cam here. Gets in. Oh, he's a little bit loose heading into that turn. Now, Stella, we can definitely critique from over top every time we see something like this happen, but it's a lot harder in the truck. I would say, taking a look, Josh Billiter, his entry is a little bit odd. He's not quite as high as he should be around the Bob Berry mark, and I think maybe just a little too much front brake has spun him on around.
Ouch.
Yep.
But I'm happy to see that he did just hold still rather than going up or down the track and taking out a whole bunch more fellas with him.
Yep, I think he'd probably appreciate if most of the drivers out there would do the same. Guys, you might have been thinking, dang, already a first caution. Yep, but we are 5 laps down already. Scott Sanderson leading this one the most of the time as he was able to gain that easy pass there toward the front. Josh Adams, I will say, was putting up a fight. He was taking a look. But Stella, look who's on the move. Eddie Hagge has gained 7 positions here so far. Sitting back, moved up to the 15th mark. Jonathan Platt, remember, he started back in the 30th, back there, and he's already up to 24th.
Okay. That's that's cutting through the field. Have to say that.
Yep, well, it's definitely slicing through. Drivers like Nathan Santos not getting enough here. Down 17 positions as well as Josh Billiter. That definitely seems to be some heartbreak there. Only one driver decided to pit here, Davis Carroll being that one. As he started in the 12th position, now he decides to take back of the field.
Yeah, with a little splash and go. Maybe he's hoping for an offset pit.
Well, I would be concerned if his team knows something we don't, if he is or is not going to make the entire stage here. They only need to make it to lap 60, and that can go in the blink of an eye. If we keep this in good shape, these guys don't bring out a ton of cautions here.
Well, if that comes to it, we'll be watching Josh Billiter, Dylan McDonald, Davis Carroll, and Nicole Krazel of the Legacy Racing team. Do something.
All right.
Then we'll know they got it down.
Good check in there. Michael Ramos saying that the Davis was damaged. Hopefully he wasn't heavily damaged. Seeing that only 4.3 seconds was his pit stop. Green flag is out. Very quick as they get through that Perfect Shine Auto Spa restart zone. They get back away. Sanderson having an easy lead here, but look at Foster. Great middle of the turn here by the Big Red propane machine. Right now, I expect to see Kevin Foster take over the lead at some point here. Foster being very, very abusive to those right side tires as he digs down toward the bottom. Love his line, though. He's definitely able to snug up a little bit closer here to Josh Adams and might be able to pivot. There it goes. 25 makes contact. Josh Adams is going to be our next caution. Hopefully everybody does come to a slowdown here, as fortunately race control is on it. I would say.
Yeah, I was just watching Reagan Rouget because he just came back from a blink before he took that inside line and nicked the back end of him.
Boy, Josh Adams has got to be absolutely deflated here. Starting on the front line, and now he's going to be looking at the rest of the field. The last place I want to be starting on a track like this is on the back, seeing that you're already about half a track behind. When the green flag does drop, most of the drivers are still sitting in turn 3 and 4. All right, let's take another look here at what our caution causes here. This one brought to you by LAT Racing Oils. Look at the outside. He does get a little out of shape, hits the bump, and the 25 looks to make a cut. Ouch.
Yeah.
That was the 91 machine out there, Brandon Jackson. Not the kind of action he was looking to put out there.
No.
22 going ahead and letting everybody get on by. Attaboy. Not turning it out in front of everybody.
Oh, he can't go in. Good. Okay, I thought he was going to go through into pit behind that cone, and that would have given him a nasty little black flag. Are we experiencing using both pit roads tonight?
I believe so.
Oh boy.
And depending whether it's under caution or under green when they can pit. Take a look at it here. This is the spin out. I want to stick with Brandon Jackson though, and see if everything everything looks good. So not bad, guys. I got to admit here at the short track, yep, there may be a few cautions here and there. They are going to chunk away rather quick, as they will be doubling up here very, very soon and getting back out there. Stella, they were saying out there in the chat, Michael Ramos says he might have used his fast repair.
Oh, no.
I hope not. Davis Carroll, if he's already used his fast repair, he's going to be in a world of hurt here all the way toward the end. Some drivers being black flagged here. I see Nathan Santos with a black flag, and as well as Davis Carroll. I don't know if there's going to be an issue out here on the track, and right now RC's doing his best to take care of it. Let me tell you, an RC's job is super easy when it's under green, but when it goes under caution, he's got a lot to do. All right, so Kevin Foster going to have the favorable bottom line here. Let's get ready for this. Here we go.
Oh.
Wow, what a start.
Oh. Who actually, you said Foster had the favorable bottom line, but was he in first or second?
He was actually in the second position.
Oh, thank heavens.
So
okay.
Sanderson got an excellent jump here. He pulls away.
Yes.
As
I
he
was
continues
just
to
deathly afraid.
charge.
He had made a jump on the start and had passed the guy who was supposed to be crossing the line first.
Yeah, right now everything looking good. I was going to say Curtis Yancey's out here. Currently he is hanging pretty well. Right now our leader is outpacing him, though, by about a tenth of a second. As Yancey's looking to try to see if he can run him down. Once again, Scott Sanderson, 15.4 here on the night.
Fastest lap of the evening.
Great job by our leader, as he is tearing around this track. He is in right now the best position possible. No problems, except everyone will be behind him. He's able to take this solid line. Right now Kevin Foster is not choosing not to stay high. Hangs down toward the bottom. Notice how right now about mid-track is where Sanderson sits. Tire savings, yes, this is perfect here for Sanderson. Kevin Foster trying to get a little more greedy and see if he can come up with a more track to run him down, but this is going to be very difficult to do. With only about less than 40 laps to go before we hit our stage. We are chunking through these. Right now, lap 22 is what we're on as we continue this charge. Speaking of charging forward, Dylan McDonald has gained 12 here on the night. As currently the number 9 Chevrolet, you see right in front of you, currently holding in 11th as he teeters on the outside of the top 10.
I got to bring up that Jonathan Platt and Victor Weaver are both up 18 places at this point in the race.
I was taking a peek a little bit there with Dylan McDonald, though, during his practice. This guy has a fantastic line, and somebody got in his way. Beep, beep. Away he goes. I believe Garrett Bobo.
I do believe.
And this will be the big one. Stop.
Oh, gosh. Brakes. Brakes. Brakes.
All right. Well, it may be easier to collect the ones who were not involved in that one.
Yeah.
As everyone slides to a stop using each other as a backstop.
Nelly.
Which is rather unfortunate. I would say, Stella, with the amount of laps that we had run, the brakes had begun to heat up. And as the brakes... go ahead, Dark.
Any idea where Garrett Bobo was when this started? Because that was the first one that I saw make a move. He's down here in 16th now, headed into the pit. But how high up was he? Was he up in, like 5th or 6th?
decent position. I believe this should be back here in about 13th or so.
Okay. Oh, Dylan McDonald popped him in the back end?
Yep. And then it just
But
kept on going. The 97 checks up.
I'm just,
Yeah, this is the one that's the heartbreaker.
Foster, who comes in barreling. Boom. Yeah.
Foster?
Not Foster. Osborne. I have no idea why I said I was reading Foster and I said it instead.
Yep.
Sorry. Wow.
Yeah, you can see the driver sitting there in the back. The worst part is when the pace car comes out, the leaders are coming around to this wreck. And you can see him. You can see him come to a stop. There's Sanderson up toward the top. Foster. If they pass the field here, it starts lapping them before the pace car. So good on them for coming to a stop. That is our top three. Great job here by them going ahead and just hanging in there. So our caution back out again. It does look like we have a few that may have been gotten a decent maiming here. Right now, John Osborne working his way out of pit. Trey Ellis doing much of the same. I'm looking to see if Garrett Bobo is going to get back onto the track. I do believe he is. Yes, fires him back up.
Yes. Good deal.
Only one retiree here for the night, leaving us with 34 drivers. Terry Condis made it 15 and a half laps and throws in the towel. I think he had enough. Jason Allegrini, I'm showing he's been divvied a black flag here for the number 14. We'll see if that does hold, though. As green flag is back out. Yeah, these guys cannot putt around and guess. I would much rather get back out there, go where you think you're supposed to be, and get going. Right now, that means Sanderson is going to be catching a couple of our guys out there rather quick.
Oh, yeah, without doubt.
So Honey Sweet Treats 200 gets back going again after our third caution here. We make it halfway through stage number 1. Already looks like to the outside, Regan Fruget, who has not been able to join us much here this season, is able to return out there in the number 25 truck. Fruget going to come down on the 8. Boy, Stella, right now, this guy just got his license in real life. We're going to find out how this transfers over to simulating.
Oh, my. That's, well, we will hope that it all works out. He's usually very good.
Yep, right now I guarantee you Kevin Foster's puckered a couple of times. Seen that 25 triangulate that turn and come down on him a little bit on turn exit. Maybe some trouble here in the back. As right now I see Logan Murray getting a little bit loose. Murray getting a little nudge here by Dylan. Right now if Dylan might nudge into another driver here and it causes another caution, race control will now be writing his number down. Good job. Spotter goes ahead and tells Logan. Driver to the outside, and Dylan McDonald will now gain his 17th position here on the night. His Chevrolet's looking strong.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Some of these guys are definitely, you can't count them out because they start in the back. Sometimes they do it on purpose. Sometimes they just want to challenge themselves.
Want to challenge themselves. I would not want to challenge myself here at Bristol. Starting from the back as we go back under caution here. Looks like Ty Carino is in the trouble on this one.
Oh.
There's the 62 down at the bottom. He was 23rd. Starting 34th here on the night. Ty Carino and Nathan Santos get into it here. I believe Santos is a few laps down, though. Not quite sure what got him involved with a lapped car. Let's take a look here. Here's the 62. Huge checkup.
Yeah, it started way before him there.
Whoa. Who was that? Was that Jonathan Platt? That looked like Jonathan Platt slammed on the brakes. Here he is. Oh, yeah, he's got a bunch of damage to the rear end of that car.
He hit the apron.
Yeah, and when we see that much missing on the back there, he's got a downforce problem. So it may have pivoted a little more than he wanted it to and fell off the apron, causing a checkup, and here we are.
Wow. Yeah, that's unusual to get used to, is seeing them come back around before Ty Carino even had a chance to get off the playing surface. Looks like the guys are going to use this one. We're at 34. A bunch of them are coming in to pit road.
Yes.
I'm looking at Brett Guzik, Jonathan Platt, Chad Hartle, Bill Harkins, Ricky Hart. Yep, Nathan Santos. Oh.
Yep, that'll be Chad Hartle here. Got a little checkup here. I believe a little bit of a concern out there on Bill Harkins. I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing his number here. I think that's what our system is trying to chase. I need to find that boy a little bit of a Sharpie out there and outline that thing for us.
Yeah. A bunch of them seem to have a problem with their back panel tonight.
Getting rear ended a bunch.
Okay.
We see got a ton of trucks with damage.
Okay, and it just says tech with it.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Drivers double file now. This time I beat them, and I'm ready for the restart. Normally they've been outrunning us here. Got Robin Allen out there. Yep, well, I was trying to square away our paint scheme to make sure our guys are in the right ones. All right, let's go ahead and get this one back underway. The restart zone for the Perfect Shine Auto Spot getting another start here. Lap number 40 underway, 20 laps to go, and then there'll be a scheduled caution. Already a little wiggle here from Logan Murray. Can't blame him. As we heat cycle these tires, it's going to be a lot more area. Man, I don't know about you guys. I pucker a little bit right when that starts to happen, and now we are back
There
under
you
caution.
go.
Stella, I believe this one is going to go back to Jonathan Platt. We'll talk a little bit about the points chase here in just a moment. I know, Stella, you were talking a little bit about some things that we might want to take a look at here over the course of this race. Jonathan Platt was one you had highlighted. Yeah, look at that. With no wing and no rear back end there, that car is just rotating around. Jonathan Platt is most likely going to take this down into the pits and try to square this thing away. That thing is driving horribly for him tonight.
I do hope he has not used his fast repair yet. Yeah, what I was looking at and mentioning to you earlier is Jonathan Platt and Scott Sanderson are within 7 points of each other, looking at their standings. And I was, you were saying Scott Sanderson is running a great, practice session and everything here at Bristol. It's going to be one to watch. And I said, well, the kicker is if Scott Sanderson can have a good race and Jonathan Platt has a really bad race, we're going to have a giant separation here at the top of the standings. And commentator curse?
Yeah, maybe. Right now I saw Jonathan Platt did enter the pits and is back out onto the track. Doesn't seem any
better.
Any repair
or any
was
worse to wear.
Done here. He did pit back on lap number 37, which was a little bit ago. And he's working his way back in. May have entered in the wrong location.
That too. Okay, the thing we were talking about earlier. This is the only track in NASCAR that has 2 pit roads.
Yes.
And I believe even the biggies like Jeff Gordon has had really bad luck of coming in on the wrong pit road.
It's extremely difficult. I would say, if I'm not mistaken, I think under yellow flag it's a full pit. If it's green flag, it separates.
Oh my.
Yeah, right. So that's how things can get mixed up. And when you pit, you're minimum 4 to 5 laps down. So you've got to enter in the right spot. A lot of guys you will find during warm-up, depending on where they qualified, they will go back into pit and find where your pit box is.
Yes.
So this may be some trouble. Caution back out here is now pulled away. Perfect Shine Auto Spa restart zone. Is hopefully going to get this Honey Sweet Treats 200 back underway. It is taking a little bit of time here to get through our first stage. I do have to admit. Let's go ahead and get this going.
lot of movement there in the back of the field.
Yep. Already end up with some trouble. 31 machine to Connor Gibson already giving a bump and run.
Yes. My goodness, he's swishing around there.
Yep. Right now, Bob Berry is trying to make a move here to around the outside of Jackson Duke. Duke's going to go ahead and tuck in behind him, cut off the nose of Eddie Aggie. Aggie swaps down to the bottom. This is currently the battle back here for 11. As I see currently in my peripherals here that Josh Adams is working on Chad Hartle. He goes ahead and overtakes for the 21st position, is continuing to charge forward. Trying to recover back from his earlier caution, really heartbreaking for him here. As we keep this one going, Scott Sanderson has the lead for now, but is under fire here by Curtis Yancey. Yancey definitely wants to take an opportunity and see if he can bite underneath. This is the shot from Curtis Yancey's truck.
Close, but not quite yet.
Yep, good job by the Sim Faction machine, hanging there toward the top. That does give him the straightaway pull-away that he does need. And his tires are going to hold out a lot better, but wow, that's close.
Yes.
Now
Yeah,
Stella,
they're only about, what, 1/10? No, 100th apart in their last lap as far as speed goes.
Action Jackson, tons of damage here.
Oh.
I think I'm going to need another mouse.
Uh-oh.
Trying to click as fast as possible. I can't be in 4 spots at once. I was getting ready to pull the tower up, and we're back under caution.
And okay, I thought you just got a new mouse.
No, I can't keep up. These boys are definitely having some trouble out here. All right, let's take a look here. Ouch.
Oh. Did he have a little help there?
Of course.
Ow.
Matt Crockett, a little insult to injury there. You see it looks like left front wheel's broken. The 91
Yes, it does.
machine. Wow, Brett Guzik.
Brett Guzik was like inside somebody else.
Okay,
Oh,
well.
he took a toe too. Ouch, that's 4 minutes.
All right, well, we'll see if I can roll it back here just a little bit and see what is happening with Carter Phillips here in
Yep,
the 30.
that came down too soon?
Oh, Phillips is sliding.
Oh, he's loose. Yep. Oh. Yep. That's just a big boo-boo. Hard hit.
Yep, there's the damage to the left front. Now, what happens to Brett Guzik here? I think it's the pace car he's sliding.
If it was the pace car, it wouldn't have caused him any damage, though.
Yep,
Why is he still sitting there afterwards?
Brett Guzik, not Brandon Jackson.
No, right there. He's still sitting there.
I understand he was sliding through the pace car. Over top, Guzik here. This is what he sees as he comes up. Whoa! So through the pace car, he does hold there, and he's kind of beside himself. I don't know if Brett Guzik retired for the night, but I'm showing a meatball flag on his end. I believe we are double file here, getting ready to go back under green. And away they go. Sanderson. Let's see if he can hold off right now. Curtis Yancey, about 6 laps left to go. Yancey's going to have to really dive bomb it in here if he wants it. He's doing just that. Gets the nose right past him here, but not quite.
No, not where it counted there at the line, so I don't think he'll get a lap led.
Nope, not yet. Not yet. Yancey, we know him for not really. There it is. Contact. You can call that an iRacing deal. Two of them met. Right now, Sanderson was hoping to get out of this whole race without a tire mark on him, but that's not going to be the case now. Yancey's got 4 to go at the line 3. Very close. Can the 51 machine do anything with it? Yancey had an excellent start. at the restart zone, but does not look like he's going to catch him here. Scrubs down and takes a little bit of that paint off the track here. Takes it right behind Sanderson again. 3 Chevrolets here in the top 3. Dylan McDonald up 20 here, as he's now taking the spotlight. Currently behind as Kevin Foster and Ethan Sikorsky. These guys are battling for just a little more here to see if they can get this stage. Last lap to go here for this top 60 on the Honey Sweet Treats 200. Scott Sanderson's got it here as long as he doesn't slip on the way out, and he does. Great job here as they continue going around. Caution is out. This is scheduled this time.
Yes. So that gives us Sanderson, Yancey, McDonald, Sikorsky, and Foster for our top 5. Also included in some stage points will be Lacey, Murray, Fouget, Bob Berry, and Connor Gibson, bringing up in number 10.
All right, for all you Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ram fans, you'd be happy to know that 3 Fords have retired here for the night. Terry Condis on lap number 15. Jason Allegrini in the number 14 Ford retired back on lap number 28. And Brandon Jackson has taken it back to the garage on lap number 49. So all 3 Fords are heading back. And the rest of the drivers are heading down in the pit now, getting ready to square these trucks away. And get back out there and try to go at it again. 6 unscheduled cautions here on the first stint. Has me a little nervous here, Stella.
Not uncommon here at the short track, especially when you've got a full field. I'll take the cautions for the full field.
I agree. I think if we had about 16 drivers in this, I would be a little disheartened here.
Exactly. So it's this is okay. I mean, we're getting a lot of action because there are cars everywhere on the track. Last week we had an hour and 30, 120 laps, 10 cautions, took 30 laps off of that. We had 6 leaders with 12 lead changes. I'm kind of curious. We might not have as many lead changes this time, but boy, we got a lot of, ducking and diving.
Yeah, that we do.
Also, a little note. Hard charger last week was Michael Rakes. He went from 21st to 4th. That's impressive. But I don't think Bob Berry is going to duplicate last week's run, where he had clean racer of the night. He did Charlotte, finished 5th with 0 incident points.
All right.
Yeah.
Not only a little wreck avoidance out there, but was able to do it.
Right up front,
Yep. All right, nice little race recap there for us. So we get ready to get this one underway here in just a moment. Pace car lights are out, though. They're sifting through, making sure everybody's starting where they're supposed to. Stella, confirm for me here, if I'm not mistaken, our top 7 drivers did not come down.
Did not come down. I was going to ask you about that, too.
All right, well, Curtis Yancey decides to take tires, and that's going to send him to the back. He's now going to be playing chase. He's now in 9th. Yancey with a 7.8 second stop. I guess with 2 sets of tires, I would want to take him at the end and then possibly throw him on. So splash and go for some, tires for others. Jonathan Platt, he gets tires, but that's not going to matter as we are back under caution.
And we get a caution.
Yep, Ricky Hart Jr. involved in this one, looking to see he's already in pit. That can't be a good sign.
Ooh.
Also showing that Brett Guzik had entered pit lane and then jumped to the pits. I don't know if something happened there.
Yeah, he was in there for over 2 minutes. Came back out and started to roll, and then went, oh man, I saw pieces flying.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. The 99, like Billiter had a little lapse here. Not sure what. Here's the pass, and then the 99 comes over. I mean, that's definitely, you can see it from this angle here. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer.
There you go.
I mean,
Oh,
there's
netcode.
yeah, no touching.
No,
Unfortunately, it does collect a few more drivers.
it does. But I think it also gives a few people some extra time in the pits. I'm noticing like Bill Harkins taking another 25 seconds. Hartle is down there again. It's so some of these guys I think must have used their fast repairs early. Now they're just kind of picking up and patching together.
Yeah, I think John Osborne would like to figure out how to turn his luck around here. I mean, this
Oh.
guy started in 28th, currently sitting in 31st, and just cannot catch a break here.
Yeah.
Looks like another retiree, our first Toyota. That's going to go to the 04 Brett Guzik. He made it to about lap 61, and he's thrown in the towel. It's very hard to get your laps back here as well.
Yes.
Once you start going down. Right now, I've only got the top 23 drivers on the lead lap. Out of the, I believe it's 31 that are still mobile.
Do you know what the lowest count is for guys on the lead lap at the finish of a race here?
11.
One.
Is it really?
Yeah. Saw that in the kind of trivia stuff, and I went, no. But yeah. So that's kind of.
Alrighty. My favorite color is going to come out here. That's going to be the green flag.
All right.
We're going to get on a couple of drivers here as they go back through the broadcast, trying to get some of these banners squared away on the top of their cars. I see Mr. McDonald there does not have it. The number 9 and the 13 as well. Green flag back out. Stella, as a driver, this is extremely hard to do when you start heat cycling these tires. Not only the drivers in the front who didn't take tires
Yeah.
are still on older tires, but the hardest part is getting them warmed back up and sticking to the track again. Boy, I've got my eyes here on Curtis Yancey.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Three
Yeah,
wide.
he did come down, and he's got to be telling himself, I'm ready to go, you know? I can do this. I can get past these guys on old tires and back up where I was. But, man, push it.
Yeah, I think Yancey trying to make sure he is not going to have to pit during our second run here. I think everybody else is kind of assuming a little bit that there's going to be enough cautions that they're going to be able to come down. Stella, this league has actually had trouble at mile-and-a-half tracks with a few unscheduled cautions, and then they come to Bristol, and they've actually run here before without a single caution. They've run 200 laps without a single caution. So I think I'm just wondering if it's the trucks that are tripping these guys up, as the brake bias does have to be very well managed.
Do you manage that as you drive or just when you go in the pits? You can change it.
As you drive.
Oh, gosh. Great. One more thing.
Well, it's actually good to do. When I raced here at Bristol, and I was rather successful here, about 4 wins and 3 top 5s there, is being able to make that adjustment in the car. I noticed as I was trailing behind somebody, and you move the rear brake bias to start using more of the back tire, but when it was time to pass, I would shift it to the front brake bias. That way I could pivot, such as Curtis Yancey right there. You see how the middle of that turn, he's able to kind of pinch down? So the 51 machine able to pinch down, swerve up underneath the 9 here, and that's going to give him the opportunity to shoot on through. Now, if I'm the 91, you kind of stick back, move it back a little more to the rear brake bias here, and he'll be able to drive on through.
Nice.
Yep. So remember, your tire can only do one thing at a time. It can only brake, or it can only turn. And we talked about this once before. So if I add more brake to the front, I'm going to lose more steering. So if I can move more of that brake to the rear of the truck, I can then pivot and turn. So what Yancey can do is move that front brake bias forward and kind of stab it a little bit there to get that front nose down, and then jam it into the turn as he makes the turn exit. But you see the 51 pulling through there. Platt doing a much better job than he was in the first stint there. Platt now up 25 positions, now sitting 6th.
Yeah, he just came around the corner of Yancey down on the low side. I thought for sure he was going to tick that back corner, and he didn't. Passed him like he was standing still and popped right back into the lane.
Yep, great job there as Dylan McDonald also scrapes along the wall. I think Josh Adams got a little nervous and jerked off to the side there as he was nervous that his Toyota was going to be slammed into, but he was able to move out of the way and stays alive, sitting in 12th. As Dylan McDonald made contact with the wall when he tried to pull off that safer barrier, it did cause a little bit of trouble here toward the back. Regan Fruget sits 9th. Logan Murray is now up to 8th. He started 9th here in this race. Not too much here from Logan Murray. He's been pretty quiet here, although we have seen his number 4 getting rather loose here most of the race.
Yeah, I'm watching the times right now, and everyone, whether they stopped and got tires or didn't stop and get tires, are all running 16-second laps. And Scott Sanderson is still running a 16.25, which is ahead of everybody else. Oops, that may be Benjamin Lacey. But why are these guys not back on their 15-second laps like they were, their best times? Is it damage? Is it track conditions?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Because the track is up to 102 degrees. So that's a heck of a change.
That's
and
at least 20 degrees, yep.
And the air temp went down to 78.
Boy, I think we're starting to run into our first set of lapped cars here.
Oh, no.
Yep, as they are catching up to David Lakey. Lakey's going to be causing a jam up here, the 31.
Yep. Somebody clipped the back of him or...
No caution?
Back of him. It's got it.
Gibson saves it.
Sideways. Really?
Gibson saves the car.
There it is.
That's for something completely different. Connor Gibson saves it here. Whoops.
Yeah, Fouget's having a rough connection tonight.
Yeah, Rock's right.
Clink. Hang on.
This is where they're getting the jam up. 31,
there, 84
there's the
stops.
right
21,
there.
31. 9 hits. Oh, me. Diggity
Little
dog.
assistance.
Outstanding. Okay, so what did cause our caution?
I am looking to see. I am not showing any drivers spinning out here. Let's see if we had a driver coming to a stop. Honestly, Stella, I'm not quite sure here.
Okay. Well, a bunch of guys chose to take advantage of it and jump in the pits anyway.
Yep, that they are. All right, everybody being pretty quiet out there.
Yeah, ever since Robert Allen was fussing at Jonathan Platt.
Jonathan Platt. Actually, you wouldn't believe where Jonathan Platt is sitting.
He is in second place right now.
That he
Good
is.
guess, right?
That he is. All right. Not quite yet. We are not here for stage. We had made it halfway through. From lap 60 to about lap number 92. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I marked.
All right. So some drivers have decided to come down and pit now. Sanderson still has yet to pit. Bob Berry is still.
Jackson Duke.
Yep. Those three.
I think those are our 3 holdouts, huh? Okay.
Massive amount of time in pits here for Ricky Hart. I don't know if we're going to see him return. He has not left the pit since lap number 65.
Oh. He is still clicking off time, though.
Yep.
So...
See, Cordell McFarlane is down here in pits for an astronomical amount of time. We'll see what causes... He shouldn't be part of our caution, though. Just wonder if he's fixing a ton of damage here. Yeah, I'm not quite seeing anything. There we go. There's Fuse Box. Fuse Box 91 rooting on Bobo out there. Bobo currently holding in 9th.
Yeah.
So we quickly get back.
He got cut up in the 3rd caution if you weren't out here, Fuse Box.
Oof. Hopefully not this one. Garrett's still alive. All right.
Okay. Heavens.
Caution back on the track.
Did we even get going?
I don't know if we had a lineup issue. I'll double check here. We'll kind of sift through the rest of our field.
That was odd.
Bill are way behind here. Whoop. What the heck happened to Bill? See him off the track.
Yeah. Taking the left side of his paint off in a harsh and unbecoming manner.
Yeah, we're going to do a little unprofessional here. Kind of rewind it here. What in the...
Now, if that... Oh, whoa, whoa! Whee! You see Connor Gibson?
Yeah, it shouldn't have brought out a caution, though.
I wouldn't have thought, because how often do we not see them because they're off the racing surface? Odd.
Well, I'm not mistaken checking. This should be Billiter getting one of his laps back here. And that should be
Awesome.
putting him back onto the lead lap. All right.
He should have been on the lead lap.
He was actually a lap down.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay, they're just... Okay, my system is leaving Greenwell, Harder, and Harkins as not lapped. But you just have to work the math.
Yes. Yeah, it's taking a little bit. Billiter gets
rude.
pushed around. So Billiter will most likely get pushed behind those gentlemen there.
Okay.
As Sanderson, what a race he's had here so far. Being there in the front, leading 101 laps.
Jonathan Platt wanted to scoot up there just so that Sanderson could see him for a second. See? That's me. But here we are, exactly what we were talking about regarding the two of them chasing down that first place position in the standings.
Alrighty, finally, pace car back off. Sanderson, Platt, Adams, Murray, Yancey, Bob Berry. For our front 3 rows, here we go. Sanderson, what a start. This guy has been stellar here tonight. Excellent job. Sanderson is able to pull away. This is going to give Platt and Adams a run for their money.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, in my peripheral, I'm seeing Carter Phillips in some trouble. Looks like the 30's getting mixed up.
What is that in Las Vegas gaming? Going the hard way? Doing something the hard way? Right now we're racing doing 200 laps the hard way.
Boy, it's like something keeps happening.
Oh!
Something's wrong.
Man.
There it goes. You see how the truck looked like it wasn't steering to the left.
Yeah. You think he might have a mechanical issue? Okay, Okay.
Well, I made a little bit of a meme folly there earlier, and now it looks like Robin Allen's going to get it in the chat. What in the heck happens here? So the 30 looks, I'm trying to figure out if the 97 checks up here. Yep.
Oh!
97 misses a shift.
Oh.
And it breaks him.
Ugly.
Wow. All right, well, Carter Phillips gets the meatball flag here. He has definitely broken something. Unfortunately, it collects a few more drivers. All right, well, I would say Scott Sanderson may be laughing this one, as he may only need to pit once at stage number 2.
Bob Berry, also our other final holdout.
Yes. Yeah, Bob Berry has moved up 8 positions, though. Yeah, Jonathan Platt's trying to see if he can figure out how to plan his restart. If Sanderson can pull away the way he does again, he's just going to keep Jonathan Platt in the rear view if he can get him side by side. And we have seen Jonathan Platt with a couple of times at some of these restarts, you know, almost put a door into him. And we've seen that before.
Let's not.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good way to figure out this restart. Ready? Go. There. Jonathan Platt figured out the restart. Sanderson's going to be in trouble.
Oh.
Tires and fuel for Platt back on lap number 52. Sanderson's still on the ones he originally started this. Can he hold out 13 more laps? Platt's going to be abusive to these tires as he's got his opportunity. Logan Murray sitting now 3rd. Currently Josh Adams looking to return back to the front line.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take Logan Murray's tail end with him, but he seems to have separated back. Look at this up front.
Here it comes. Pass made. Logan Murray trying to get his second one in, and Sanderson passed for the first time here tonight and breaks the roll. Jonathan Platt from 31st to the lead. Josh Adams getting into it there with Logan Murray just a little bit. Adams has the pull through on the last couple of turns. Right now, the 22 Toyota looking to see if he can put Sanderson in the rear view as he now dives to the bottom. Great job there. 4 tires and fuel for Josh Adams. Back on lap 68. Sanderson starting to feel the tire wear now with 8 laps to go.
That's what I was going to ask. Should he have taken it on one of these last cautions rather than trying to wait for that stage?
Well, Sanderson's got to be thinking right now, oh, yeah, of course, no caution now, huh?
However, that's going to mean he has a whole nother set of tires if we get to, say, a caution on lap 180.
Yes.
So.
Right now, I think Sanderson wants to hold out the best he can right now. That way he can get as many points for this stage.
Oh,
and caution, there it is.
All right.
Caution is out. The 84 machine of David Lakey.
Oh, sorry.
Now, Lakey's down a couple laps here. So something may have happened. Carter Phillips still remains in pit for the last 5 minutes trying to square his car away. That number 30 truck definitely got smashed up.
Kind of curious, Ricky Hart he hasn't taken it to the garage. He's still sitting in pit, but I have a feeling he is just maybe spotting for his team. Ouch.
See the headlights of the pace car working on out there. Trying to see if I can find something a little bit. There we go. Try a little bit of a chase cam here. Does Lakey come up? Well, there was one net
That was
code between
net
the two.
code. Yep.
But the veering off of the wall here, if we had stayed glued to the wall here on the outside, but we had right now turning, now straighten out. Clink.
Man.
Boy, David Lakey getting kicked around here like a hacky sack. Right now he is scrambling to figure out how to get back on the lead lap.
I haven't heard about one of those in a long time.
And trying to stop David Lakey, currently sitting 23rd. You know David Lakey's pit 5 times here tonight?
Well, yikes. Hey, Chad Hartle did 11.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, are we competing for that?
I don't think so. Chad Hartle does work his way back into pits again. This will be the second time this caution.
Oh, no.
Now, might be trying to make sure he doesn't go a lap down. You'll see some guys come in and touch and go.
Well, right now we still have 21 on the lead lap. Chad Hartle is close. Have to beat feet. So, down 14 positions, Scott Sanderson finally came in to get 4 tires and fuel. So he's got a little work to do now. Sitting in 16th. Away we go.
Boy, gutsy. I would probably have waited to stage, but stage is coming up right now. It's a good, actually great pit stop if you think about it for Sanderson.
Where?
Stage end now.
Okay.
As everybody comes to pit for stage, Sanderson knows he has made it how many laps? 116 on a set of tires?
Yeah, 115.
So who comes in now?
Okay.
And now this will go ahead and hopefully chop half the positions he needs off. Because I would assume drivers like Regan Fruget are going to come on down. Josh Adams, Ethan Sikorsky, these guys who pit in the 60s.
Or Garrett Bobo in 26. He's not far off from not coming in at all.
There we go. Here comes Adams. There's Logan Murray. There's Bobo. Yep, they're working their way on in. This means Sanderson's going to gain at least 3 and get a lot closer to only having to race the top 10, which right now most of the drivers out here have not been able to touch his time. Kevin Foster with a 15:41. Even Jonathan Platt's best time is still a 10th off.
But Platt's coming in to pit.
Yes.
Oh, my.
I would say if Platt doesn't pit now, he's going to be outgunned here in the end.
Okay. Let's see what he takes. 4 tires and fuel.
All right, that should be his last set.
Yes. Okay.
Sanderson now moves up to 10th. Bill Harkins, hey, not bad. He's now up to 8th. Well, I like giving Bill Harkins a chance here, but poor guy gets in the front and then gets maimed.
Absolutely. I always feel so bad. It's like, don't say anything. But, yeah, you're right, though. Look at Scott Sanderson already up to 10th, sitting back in the top 10. But we have a new leader currently. Ethan Sikorsky in his number 24 Jeff Gordon car is sitting first, followed by Dylan McDonald, who is up 21 for the evening. Regan Fruget is sitting in third, Benjamin Lacey in fourth, and Eddie Hagge. Man, he's worked his way up 17 places and sitting fifth.
I would almost say he's worked up to the front 17 times. This poor guy is bashed to pieces. And not bad. Dylan McDonald, I think he's earned this spot. He had last pit back on lap number 94. That may be a little tricky for him. I think he's going to be a little racy here with Ethan Sikorsky right here at the beginning. And Sikorsky may be on the back foot here. Pitt back on lap number 62. Anybody else who's in the 60s, I think goes back to Matt Crockett.
Reagan Fruget.
Oh, really? In the 63? Okay, wow.
63.
I missed that. All right, Firestone Tire Studios. Rooting on the 937 team. We're getting ready to go here. Pace car heading into pit road. And our final stage will be getting ready to go here. All right, now as we get pretty excited here, we would like to thank out there Honey Sweet Treats for signing on here tonight. Stella, you got a little plug for me?
I do. Alex at Honey Sweet Treats sells sourdough bread, cookies, brownies, and treats located in Pikeville, Kentucky. Do follow them on Facebook for weekly treats and specials. Just look up Honey's Sweet Treats, and you'll be spreading a little sweetness one batch at a time.
All right.
Ow.
Well, somebody who's not getting the sweetness because we put them in camera range here.
Oh, man.
Bill Harkins meets the blender blades again.
You did it. Oh.
Boy.
You know he's cussing. You know he's gonna be cussing up a storm in there.
Well, in defense, they always say running a green car has always been...
Yes. That's all the way back from NASCAR, before NASCAR existed.
Yes.
So, don't eat peanuts in the stand and don't drive a green car.
Oh boy, Firestone Tire Studios going at it again. Come on, we learned from this. Oh, Bill, oh Bill, oh Bill. I don't think this is Bill's fault here. Let's see what happens. Sanderson!
Nope, nope.
No! Josh Adams.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Curtis Yancey.
Kind of curious what was happening with Sanderson there, because his car was almost jumping. Like, go, go. You know?
Like what?
Yeah, it was like,
I'm sorry.
Oh, fine.
A second, I'll look at it here. There's that. Yep, there's the bump.
All those horses and no place to gallop. Oh man. And who caught Matt? Was that Bill's front end catching Matt as the back end went around? Oh, jeez. Okay.
Man. Firestone saying if I was on the back of Bill's truck, this wouldn't happen.
Oh. Wow.
He might be earning it. He might be on the hood next week. Caution back out here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Give me more LAT racing. Oh yeah. Appreciate them for signing up here for our caution sponsor here of the season. Clear Low Communications along with Perfect Shine Auto Spa supporting the league here. And Honey Sweet Treats for the race here tonight. Stella, Bill working his way into the back. Ethan Sikorsky going to get off to a green flag start. Good job is Dylan McDonald. Kevin Foster sets 1, 2, and 3. Benjamin Lacey is fighting with Eddie Haggy.
Still at it.
Yep, Haggy working hard there on that outside line. I'm waiting for Scott Sanderson to show up, and he's right there on the edge of our screen. Early staying in front of the 25 there, Regan Fruget.
Yes,
as
run
these
away.
guys go, and caution's back out.
I'll tell you, so many have come out here. I think I might be behind.
This one caused by a involving Ty Carino. Soon I mean I need a second mouse. I wasn't even able to pull that one away.
No.
Holy cow. Robin Allen.
Well, he's got nothing left of the right-hand side there. Left himself a Bristol stripe.
I appreciate him donating the right side there to Bristol, Tennessee. Let's go ahead and take a look here. What gets him going? 62 machine. Whoa! Is that Victor Weaver?
I don't know, but those two never actually touched.
Well, we have got a ton of net code here with these guys
was
touching.
rude.
Victor Weaver's into the wall.
Yes, but he's minding his own beeswax. I mean, so there's no reason for any...
I would say, but right now, when you are running about 120 miles an hour and I've got a guy scraping along the wall at less than 45, this is not good. Whoa!
Sometimes though you tell me that's mechanical. Something went south. He might have had a monitor go down, and he's just trying to stay out of things.
I'm just wondering why his stuff snaps so hard. Yeah, you see right here, something's wrong.
Yep.
So hopefully somebody out there in the chat will cue us in on what happened to Victor Weaver out there. He is having a tow, unfortunately. Got a few more retirees, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think Victor Weaver might have shut her down here. And so is Carter Phillips after 6.5 minutes of trying to fix that truck. So that's what, seven down? We'll assume Ricky Hart has taken it back to the garage.
Yeah.
He has not returned since lap 65. Yep, 33 minutes down there in pit.
Yeah.
Whoa. But Dylan McDonald.
Yes.
Is he in
Squeaking
the
his
lead?
way up front? Yes, he is. Well,
I'm not sure.
ish. I think actually it's supposed to be Sikorsky. I thought. But
I'm not sure. We were toward the back of the field when this caution came out. Restart zone. Yes, it is going to go to Dylan McDonald.
wow, where in the world did he pop out of?
22 positions gained. The number 9 charging forward. Last pit on lap number 94 here. And now he gets his chance to shine. Only about 3 positions back sits Scott Sanderson in his Chevrolet. But Connor Gibson, Bob Bay, oh boy, this is good. Well, Bob's not going to get to reduplicate that.
Oops, not facing that direction.
Nope, gets a nice little side kick there to the right front fender. All right, we'll give a quick little check here. What causes our caution? And we'll be cutting the commercial here.
Oh.
Black.
Got a little
Whoop.
oh, no, Connor. Just.
Up in the marbles.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Huh.
Yeah, Bob had nowhere to go.
No, that's just what I was. Ouch. Alrighty. Well. Okay. I gotta ask you this one. It has to be so, though. Dylan McDonald, it was in first place as we got going, and we barely got going. But now, so say that was lap 139 when the caution came out. We're at 141. Is he still considered 2 laps led between 39 and 41? Just because we're in caution?
I don't think so. It shouldn't. There shouldn't be a lead change under caution.
Well, not a lead change, but him just getting laps counted, credited toward him for leading. Because he was already in the lead when we went green.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Stella.
Okay. I don't know, me being kind of mathematical, I tend to say, if I add up all the laps led from all the different guys who led a lap, I should come up with 200. But if you're leading the lap and it's under caution, doesn't count, I'm not going to come up with 200. Okay, I'll have to research and report back. That's funny, Robin. She says the good news is no drivers were harmed in the making of this film.
All right, 57 laps left to go. Benjamin Lacey looks like he's going to overtake Ethan Sikorsky for the second position. Scott Sanderson sitting in third now as he gets the fender past Ethan Sikorsky. Tries to pinch him down to the bottom. 55 laps to go for the 93 Chevrolet if he can re-obtain the lead. He does have the freshest tires of the front three.
Oh, yeah. And
Guaranteed
Sikorsky just passed, has the oldest, so... Yeah, he's already sitting in a podium. That's impressive coming all the way from the back there. Again. Oh. Okay. I don't know if I've ever noticed that with the with the pace car flying past our drivers to get out front.
Take a look at the caution here. This is Jason Greenwell.
Right across the nose. Heavens to Betsy. And maybe revise and extend my remarks regarding full fields versus cautions.
Alrighty, 17 cautions out here for the night, 15 unscheduled. And we'll be cutting the commercial here and we'll be right back.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning with industry-leading on-track experience, superior engineering, and the World Championships to prove it. LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants, trusted by champions across the world. From engine oils, transmission fluid, and gear oils, LAT has your race car covered from bumper to bumper. Visit latracingoils.com to find a dealer near you.
Alrighty, appreciate you guys hanging in there for a shout out from our commercial break here. We rejoined back with these guys. Unfortunately, back under caution, showing David Lakey may have been the finger to point at this one. We did zoom in a little bit to Kevin Foster getting in a little bit of a mess here. Look at how Curtis Yancey up toward the front. You see the bumping and nudging. Everybody okay, but really we didn't get the memo with Ethan Sikorsky was on the outside, unfortunately. We're not picking on David Lakey here. He's just, unfortunately, it caused another caution here. This unfortunately drops him back down to the 20th position. Not only that, but that is Bill Harkins and John Osborne here. Not quite sure what got them all in the mix-up, as it happened way ahead of them here.
I was going to say, did it happen after the caution?
Well, here's the spin out. Up front. Oh, Osborne checks up. They check up, and
I mean, pit car was already out.
yeah.
I guess it was just like you say, check up and popped him in the rear there. All right, back under green once again with a new leader, Benjamin Lacey in his number 7 car. He is up 12 for the night, and take a look who is to his outside. That's Scott Sanderson in the 93, back where he started. We are still looking at a fast time tonight by Dylan McDonald, who's sitting back in 10th at 15 seconds, 0.25. That's pretty quick. Let's see if we can keep up this roll going, and we cannot. The 19th caution is out for this evening, and pace car will be joining the league.
I was going to at least try to give us a positive note here, and no offense to the rest of the field, but the top 5, for some reason, is the exact ones I want to see. Benjamin Lacey and Scott Sanderson. We've got Josh Adams and Jonathan Platt and Curtis Yancey.
Okay.
I mean, these are huge names up here that you see each and every week, and now I get to put them on the smallest track and see if they can survive here to the end. Now, what I would love to see is a driver who's really been excelling here tonight, like Dylan McDonald, who's unfortunately had to come down into pit. He came in and is now back down to the 10th position. I would like to see him be able to get up and throw his hat in the ring. You know, we've got a few people out there rooting on Jackson Duke. This guy's gained 14 here on the night, and it's all Chevrolets from 5th all the way outside the top 10 to all the way to the 12th position of Bob Berry. So this is pretty wild that we see out here is just the caliber of guys. We've got guys who, you know, sometimes end up having horrible runs, just have horrible luck getting up toward the front, able to kind of hang with the rest of these guys who you see almost, I would say almost win almost every week. We see Jonathan Platt a lot in winner's circle. Benjamin Lacey, when he's able to get out here on the track, this guy's fast. Josh Adams came into the league and has been doing an excellent job out there in the 22 Toyota. Curtis Yancey, he's part-time, but man, what a heck of a time to show up here. He's sitting in 5th, and Scott Sanderson here.
He's a previous season champion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, season 11?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
don't ask me that.
That was before my time.
I was going to say, right before we started, I believe. He was the year before.
Yes.
So,
yep. But Eddie Hagge hasn't been able to put a ton of time out here on the track, so I'm glad to see him back out here. I mean, heck, even Regan Fruget, this guy's sitting 7th. I mean, awesome job. I just hate seeing drivers like Kevin Foster, who had a top 5 start, is getting sat back here in the 16th position. David Lakey just can't stop the hits from coming. He's sitting back there at almost in the same position of 17th. So it's just this is Bristol. It's going to be a mess.
Not gonna be about it. Here we go, off on green. Now go to the restart zone of Perfect Shine Auto Spa.
All right, good pivot here by Scott Sanderson, getting underneath of Jonathan Platt as they gun around turn 3 and 4. Wow. Sanderson able to make a pass here, but there's a little bump and run from Josh Adams. Adams now on the march back. Jackson Duke is able to survive as he shuffles through. Great job there. Let's get a little closer look here at Jackson Duke. Duke trying to hold that outside line. Early as we stay under green here, this is continuously working very well here for the 08 Chevrolet. Ooh. Regan Fruget, I think, ends up...
66.
Oh.
Why does he look no worse for the wear?
It looked like a simple spin and then maybe just slide along the wall.
Ah. Yeah, I'll tell you though, he has been blinking all night.
Who?
That's Fruget.
Oh, so he's been having some connection problems, eh?
Absolutely.
See if the 25 disappears on us. I don't know. There's McDonald trying to make a lane here.
Yep. Hold on.
Yeah, I would say you don't want to make a lane to the outside, but I don't know if I can blame McDonald here. He has an opportunity. He sees a line toward the outside, gets a decent run, and I think he gets a little nervous seeing Sikorsky to his inside. Fruget tries to move over to give the 24 a chance to dive into the turn without using the side of his truck. And unfortunately never sees McDonald there to the outside. I do say Dylan McDonald, you're trying to gutsy move there to the outside. He will suffer some damage from getting beat around a little bit there.
Yeah, but he and Bobo got into it, I mean, way back on lap 24, same situation. So perhaps we need to get out on the track and practice a little bit more on the, you know, the nuances of having 40 feet wide and having a turn in like 3 seconds after the other turn, which, you know, that would be good.
That definitely keeps us on our toes on that.
Let's see.
People to pop up in my chat.
Oh,
Boy. Oh, Mr. Baggins out there saying there's no damage.
yeah.
Oh boy, Benjamin Lacey. Can get to another restart, but boy, he's got Scott Sanderson, and he's been strong all night. I don't think he's had this much difficulty trying to hop through this field.
Well, he's also got the oldest tires of top 20. He's the only one in double digits.
Oh, Lacey,
So,
yes.
good luck here, buddy.
Boy, Platt and Lacey link up on that one. That's
Saw
GFR Racing for you, but consider GFR Racing also includes Scott Sanderson. So all three of these teammates are sitting 1, 2, and 3 here, and Platt gets into a little door rubbing with Jackson Duke, but I think Billiter makes it through.
Before or after the yellow flag?
I'm not sure. I see some drivers still around here.
I don't show Sanderson in GFR. I show him as a standalone.
Ah, so he's hanging out with the GFR boys, huh?
Yes.
All right. Something tells me this happens way before Lakey.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's hanging out in their little room, but he's not
Whoa.
listed.
Yeah, that's Josh Adams. That's what I figured. Holy cow. Look at Foster. Poor guy. Oh, no.
Oh. Okay. What a wonderful time for Lakey to blink. Did you see that?
Oh, I was watching John Osborne going ahead and putting somebody to the inside wall here. What happened? Yancey? Oh, yeah, Yancey. Bounce, 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 blink.
No, watch Lakey. Lakey starts to come around and face the oncoming traffic. Face the oncoming traffic of them coming right at him and goes, wink. So that was fortuitous.
The 9 truck. Dylan McDonald's out there in the chat.
Yes.
Is that he's out there in the chat and on the track?
With no damage, mind you. Yeah,
Dude.
but there's no texting and driving.
Who did that? Kynan.
Uh,
Boy, I'll reel it back for you.
yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, he was doing that during the
R&R.
Super Speedway race.
Yes.
And they ended up suspending him for texting and racing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's been a while. Oh man. 21 cautions here on the night. LAT Racing Oils has gotten their money's worth here tonight. Pace car heading in for its routine maintenance. As the Perfect Shine Auto Spa kicks off again. 23 laps left to go. Boy, look at Jackson Duke. Full send there and did...
Yeah. Now,
Who just got sent off to the inside? Was that Eddie Haggy?
I don't know. It comes out. No, he's still sitting in 6th, unless it happened after.
Well, I see him passing Dylan McDonald here.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we need to move it a little farther along here. Because they went 3 wide. Right here.
No.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think he thought the best of it. As all that's happening, right behind him, I believe is Bob Berry.
Oh heavens.
Good Lord. It looks like Ethan Sikorsky in the Valvoline says it's time for your oil change.
Yes.
Clips into him here. Foster getting excited about getting back in the top 10.
Hmm. Wow.
What do you say? Who's our caution sponsor?
LAT Racing Oils. Those guys that make that full and semi-synthetic racing oil, gear oil, trans fluid, nitro, and supercharger oil. Look them up on latracingoil.com. Sorry. I can't write down my stats fast enough. I look down to do it, I come up, and we're under caution again. Y'all are hurting me out there, boys. And I can say that tonight. Nicole's not here. All right. So we are at 182 laps. Still close.
Oh, wait.
To what?
How bad is it? 88 laps under caution.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's rough. But then again, you think, no, I can't think. Nope. Wow. I was thinking shorter track, you get more laps in, but no, a lap's a lap in the caution. Oh. All right, gentlemen. Sanderson and Platt. Platt and Sanderson. Benjamin, stay out of the way.
Ooh!
Here comes Eddie.
Jackson
Come on.
Duke. Foster sliding. It's kind of a catch-22 here, Stella. You're nervous about losing the drag race.
But
well, you got to do something before the next caution because you've only got half the race. So, alrighty, Benjamin Lacey and Sanderson sitting 1 and 2. Eddie Haggis now move up to 3rd. Sanderson was hoping for an awesome points night, seeing if he could separate from Jonathan Platt, but Platt with the huge upset here.
4th right now. Only up 27 places from where he started. Fourteen laps to go.
Tank.
And we have a caution. 187.
What in the world?
Gorski again? Yeah. Did you just show me the one from before?
Trying to find him. This is the one from before. I think. Nope. No.
Right in front of him.
Yes.
Ouch. Okay.
So Sikorsky survives that one. Trying to make sure we're looking at the right one. What is this one?
Tight. Yo. Oh no. Okay. So he avoids that.
Yeah, no, I think it's...
No, it's not him. Oh, messy, messy, messy. Do you know this race might be a contender?
Oh, that was 32.
32.
At New Hampshire?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll never forget.
Me either.
I have had some long broadcasts with the big show. Some 4.5, 5.5 hours.
What? 5 hours, yes.
That was a regular season scheduled race, and I think that one took us 4.
New Hampshire.
At New Hampshire. Yeah. That was 32 cautions. That was a painful race.
Yes. This may sound terrible, but I am a proponent. Oh. Wow. Sorry.
I've seen Dylan McDonald make a few lanes for himself here.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's trying. He doesn't want to give up. I'm wondering if the 9's thinking about ducking down. Yes. And he will. He's going to try to see if he can follow Sanderson around. Oh. Gives Platt a nudge. Eddie Haggy gets out of shape. Haggy's now going back. Haggy's going way back.
Way back because we have
there's Bill.
A mess again. Alrighty, 24. 194.
Oh.
Yes.
What happened to Bill? Okay, so Eddie Haggie's out of shape here in the turn. We see that.
Yes.
He goes up, nicks the wall.
Yes.
Loose, around, catches Yancey. How does Bill...
Oh my, Bill is doing 360s before he gets to it.
Yeah, he looks like he's doing Mach 3 before he comes in there, and I'm a little confused. Is this assisted?
I know.
Okay. Except, yes.
That makes... Yeah. He sees it, backs off, gets creamed from behind. Okay. Eek.
Other than brake bias, the best adjustment for Bristol is to sit down in the vehicle.
Yes.
That way you can see toward the top of the windshield. And most guys sit high, they can't see up.
And that's because of the severe banking at this place?
Yes.
Or the fact that it's a short track?
Both. The banking help is helping more with the turn, but as it's banking and it's so tight in that turn, you're almost riding with your chin up in the air to look up through the rest. Especially if you're in VR, you'll see guys race like this, and they'll be looking about a 45-degree angle up to see around the turn, if you're looking ahead and not at the car in front of you.
Yes. Yes.
So normally, if you can sit low enough, you do lose the ability of seeing through the guy's rear view window.
Okay.
Now it is windshield and trying to see about 3 to 4 up, but if I can able to pivot enough where I can see in front, I can see about 3 rows ahead. And that's enough for me to see something coming.
Boy, you'd hope. But at that speed...
Yeah,
right.
100 miles an hour. If we were doing 180, that'd be something different. You know?
Oh.
You
I
do
was
have
kind of calculating.
a bit enough to check up to hit the brakes, but most people don't react, and then it starts to stack up from behind.
Oh, yeah.
Which Bill just found out about.
Yeah, when you're sitting there, okay, I got reaction time, I got 0.5, and you mash, and the guy behind you just takes you out. That's got to be heart-wrenching.
Benjamin Lacey off to an awesome start there. Fantastic jump. If he can just get this green to the end, he is going to have another race here in the bag. And now we're going to see the run out here. White flag is out.
Yes!
And Sanderson trying to secure second. There's a hard shove there by McDonald. McDonald going for it. Looking for that second spot. He's going to have third.
Oh my hell, crunch.
Yeah. Now that is to be expected at the end.
Really?
What a gun out there right at the end.
That was wild. He just poked right in there past flat. My goodness.
Checking out there for Robin Allen. 96 laps run under caution here tonight. 104 under green.
Almost a 50-50 race. As I was saying earlier, I am a proponent of incident limits. And I believe this race might have been one of those that would have benefited from the paring down of drivers due to incident limits. I mean, it doesn't have to be harsh, but man almighty. I always wonder, these guys ever spell anything when they do all these donuts?
I believe that Jonathan... No, I lied. Nick Nickerson had drawn a 50 out there for his 50th win.
Haha. Okay.
So great job there by Benjamin Lacey. Hopefully a heartbreaking race for some of our viewers out there. We do appreciate you guys hanging in there. Let's go ahead and get our results up here. These are still unofficial, as I'm sure will be divvying out some black flags after this one. So Lacey, Sanderson, and McDonald. Boy, that was a close finish. Wow.
After all that, yes, surprisingly.
Yeah, that was
And
quite impressive there. Quite impressive. All right, Dylan McDonald in the number 9 Chevrolet out there. Awesome job, man. You gave it all you had right there at the end.
Yeah, I kind of saved those tires for whenever I really needed them. Didn't take them in stage 1, took them halfway through stage 2, and then that last stage, I decided to take my last set on lap 150 and trying to get through the traffic here at Bristol with the amount of cautions here tonight, 24 on tap, so almost
Yes.
100 laps of caution. So it was definitely something different.
Yeah, I would say I have raced a lot of Bristol races under green, and I've got to admit, you've got to be sweating by the end. I figure you guys should be almost well rested. You could do this again.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it all over again. Kind of wish I would have got the second place, but I mean, I had good points day for stages and then come away with a third place finish, so I can't be too mad about it.
All righty. Stella, where do we race next week?
next week, we will have 130 laps in Nashville.
Sweet. We're going to see you there?
Oh yeah, Nashville is one of my favorite tracks, especially in the truck. So
Sweet.
definitely going to be there for it and see what I can do.
Awesome. We're not going to be leaving the concrete. I'm pretty happy about that. Dylan, go and give me your shout outs here, buddy.
I'm going to give you and Stella a big shout out in the broadcast booth and behind the scenes with the broadcast. I want to give a big shout out to all the admins here at Bandit Racing League, and then my team, Legacy Racing, with Josh, Davis, and Kelly, or Christina, which she was here tonight, but work calls, so she wasn't able to be here. And then just everybody in this league making it what it is.
All right,
I think
Dylan.
you mean Nicole. Nicole Krasel?
Yeah, her, Nicole.
Yeah, you go. Just making sure.
All righty. Awesome. Dylan, we'll see you here next week.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Congratulations there to Dylan McDonald. Led 17 laps here tonight, but wasn't
he
able.
was recruiting.
No, wasn't able to pull the rabbit out of his hat here. Scott Sanderson led the most laps here tonight with 109, but one position away. Scott, we started second, finished second. I know we wanted that number one spot, but it's very difficult to figure out when to pit out here with the way this race went.
Yeah, the cautions were really kind of a blessing in some way, but the amount of the cautions we had was getting a little bit ridiculous. With everybody here at Bandit Racing putting a practice room on the day before and then having an hour-long practice now, I don't understand why we had that many cautions. There was plenty of opportunity to race around others and just get their feet under them, and just I think people just driving over their head, and that made the pit cycle, like you said, kind of interesting. And I was able to flip the stage for stage 2, and I left a set laying in the pits, but don't know if that was a good call or not. But everybody at GFR was doing a great job at kind of maintaining the front of the pack there, and we brought it home second. So I think we as a team had a really good finish as well. So
I would think it would.
Ask.
Go ahead.
Oops, sorry. I would love to know, are you on GFR?
That'd be a good question for other people. I not officially, but I hang out here, and they've been great members to race around and race with. I've known Platt for probably going on 10 years or so. I've raced with him in the past, long before he was a spotter and back before he was making his name known in that in the NASCAR world. So got a little bit of a connection with him, and Ben and Kevin and everybody else over at GFR has been great to me. So if they're willing to have me, I'd love to be a part of them. So
Okay.
Awesome. Scott, I would say if you pit any other time than at the stage, I think it may have been suicide being toward the back of the pack.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to avoid too. Was I made that mistake at Charlotte last week and got stuck behind a certain individual that couldn't seem to get out of his own way, and I knew I didn't want to let that happen again. And I figured, you know what, if I'm gonna flip the stage, I'll give up a couple stage points and hopefully it'll pay off at the end. And thankfully it did. Another individual that was up there tried making that not happen for me, but we move on. We know who the hot shoes are to watch out for and how they're going to race. But as a team, I couldn't be any more proud of the members that we have. Like I said, if I'm a part of GFR, the members that we have, and I think we work really well together at managing a race. So
yeah, you guys were doing very, very well there up front. All right, Scott, give me a little bit of an insight at Nashville next week, and give me your shout-outs for the people out here watching you.
Insight Nashville is I have to buy the track, so I have 0. That's the one track left on the NASCAR schedule as far as ovals go that I still don't own. So we're going to have to spend quite a bit of time there. I don't expect my showing to be at Nashville to be very well, just because I have 0 laps around there. Back when I was buying all the tracks and stuff like that 10 years ago, I don't believe Nashville was even on the Cup circuit or anything like that.
No.
So it actually might have not even been in the iRacing service yet at that point. So, yeah, it's going to be definitely going to be on the struggle bus next week. I'll tell you that much. So, but everybody to thank, like I've said already, everybody at GFR Racing for kind of bringing me in under their wing and allowing me to be a part of what they got going on. And my normal spotter, Ty Stanley, I saw he jumped in here. He's not part of Bandit Racing yet, so I know he was watching. Probably he's going to criticize me on a couple things I could have did different. And everybody at Sim Faction and everybody that makes this truck go around. So
awesome job, Scott Sanderson. Congratulations on your race here tonight. Good luck out there at Nashville. Concrete works pretty well, but that little tri-oval definitely tricks some people up there a little bit. So good luck to you out there, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Too.
Yeah, he better watch out. I mean, he's got after Dylan McDonald says, "Oh, that's my best track," he needs to buy that track pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to run that down. But the Real Earth Films machine does it once again. Benjamin Lacey, boy, what a race here. Scott Sanderson said some of those cautions were a blessing. How did that work out for you?
Yeah, I mean, one of those things for me where I hit, I think, lap 92 or something like that, and then told myself I'm not coming back down again, and it worked out. So yeah, definitely was planning on having a lot of cautions there toward the end, and that's exactly what happened. Worked out in our favor, and good time.
Boy, definitely the drag racing there on every restart. How often were you nervous that Platt or Sanderson would have your number on one of those go-rounds?
You know, they're great teammates, and we all kind of made a pact that said, we're not going to race each other hard until, we get to go time. And when it did get to go time, I was able to use the heat cycle on the tires and get a little bit of an advantage out there. And, now the caution would come back around before they could get back to my bumper. So great teammates, number one overall, and great time there in GFR, and good coaching and strategy from all the guys. So love running with them. But, at the end of the day, we also said we're not going to wreck each other, for the win. We're just going to race each other hard and clean. So in terms of stress level, unless it was someone else other than them behind me, I wasn't too worried about getting bumped or moved.
Yeah, very solid here tonight. You started outside the top 10, but ended up winning the race. These guys were definitely racing pretty hard out there. I would say I was pretty impressed to see drivers that were in the GFR chat room there were sitting 1, 2, and 3. It looked like you and Platt had the one restart almost lined up there on the inside line. How does this transfer over to Nashville? I mean, is it kind of the same thing, moving from one concrete track to another?
They drive differently, obviously. One's short track, one's a little more of an intermediate. But both concrete and both have kind of a similar feel, I guess, in the feedback you get, and kind of the grip levels. So, I enjoy Nashville a lot. So hopefully we'll have a good finish there and do well. But there's some similarities just with the track texture, but then obviously a lot of differences with banking and distance and just the way you approach the track.
All right, Benjamin, I talked to you a bunch up here, and I would say, normally I ask kind of the run-of-the-mill questions here. I'm going to give you one shot at this one. What difference tonight could have changed to lower our yellow fever?
You know, throttle control, number one, and kind of the way the banking of this track works. It's very tricky. Like if you're running from the bottom up to the top off the exit of a corner, that can upset your truck, and really just kind of getting the line figured out. Also, some people may have had their brake bias too low. It's a tight track. You kind of dime into the corners, and just being more conscious of who's around you and giving space. I think giving space is probably the biggest thing in general, just any league that you run, especially on short tracks. And especially here tonight, I think if people would have been a little bit more patient and, you know, like I say, just give more space, I think it probably would have had a lot less of a caution fest, because looking at the things, I think we ran close to 100 laps under yellow. So that's no fun. But yeah, I think just drivers need to be more aware of who's around them, who they can trust. And then, you know, you can be aggressive, but still give space. You know, that's something you can do. And I think early on, that's just what we need to do. As the race goes on, like it'll tighten up, but I think everybody just needs to understand that, you know, early on, we need to give a little bit of space, a little bit of breathing room, and let our tires get warm underneath us, and then we can go.
Okay. I couldn't agree with you more there. We did have a good bit of net code, though. There was some contact before any drivers were really touching each other out there. I'm hoping iRacing is able to tighten that up just a little bit out there. But Benjamin, go ahead and give me your shout-outs here, bud. Tell me about Real Earth Films and what you got going on out there and filming the wild.
Yeah, but before that, I also want to say we also had like 35 trucks out there. So I think with the net code, that also plays a little bit of a factor.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of trucks and a lot of net code. And, you know, that's obviously something hopefully we'll get improved. But, you know, I do want to give some shout outs here to my teammates, you know, Kevin, Scott, and then Jonathan out there tonight. Had a really good time running with everybody, Ricky as well. Want to get out, shout out to Nick. I'm sure he's watching at home. So missed you tonight, buddy. And Bill, Kevin, all the admins of the league putting it on. You guys do a great job. And still, and Patrick, obviously, this is going to be a fun one to go back and watch. But then, yeah, check out
your
Real Earth
remote
Films
with the fast forward button.
Yeah, I know, right? Nah, you guys have good commentary. But yeah, Real Earth Films, realearthfilms.org, and then youtube.com/filmingthewild if you guys are interested in some wildlife documentaries and kind of the behind the scenes footage of things. I think they have some stuff on out there in Yellowstone. Like about that, it's been doing pretty well. So go check it out. That's something you're interested in. And to everybody who's out there watching the broadcast, appreciate you guys. Much love to y'all.
All right, Benjamin Lacey in the number 7. Congratulations, bringing that Dodge Ram in for the win, buddy. Congratulations, and we'll see you here in the coming weeks.
Sounds like a plan.
All righty, everybody. That is Benjamin Lacey, able to get it done. Awesome job, guys. Appreciate you joining us here at the Bandit Racing League. This is SimTraX Broadcasting, and we'll be signing off here next week. We'll be at Nashville. Stella, what a race!
Yep. Yes, that was one for the books, and let's close the book on this one at this point in time, and get ready for next week at Nashville.
Alrighty, and maybe we'll see the hard charger of this race of Jonathan Platt, who gained 27 positions in his Ford, to see if he can come away with another win. Platt looked pretty messy earlier in the race, but then got it super hot right there toward the end. But from all of us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll see all you guys next time.